All right, today we're jumping into one of the biggest stories happening right now, the massive power shift being driven by artificial intelligence. We're going to look at how AI is rewriting the rules for, well, pretty much everything. Your job, how governments think, and even who wins the tech race. Let's get right into it. And this quote, this really hits the nail on the head. This isn't just about a cool new app on your phone. We're talking about a fundamental change in who holds the power. So let's break down what that actually means, starting with how it's showing up in all of our working lives. So first up, the new AI workforce. How is this AI revolution actually shaking up the job market as we speak? Well, you might be surprised at just how common AI already is. I mean, check this out. Recent data shows that nearly half of all employees in the US are already using AI at work. This isn't some far-off future thing, it is here, right now. And that brings us to a really critical point. For years, the big fear was all about automation. The robots are coming for our jobs. But what's really happening is something more like augmentation. It's less about replacing people and way more about creating jobs where humans and AI are basically teammates, making each other smarter and faster. And this is creating a fascinating new job market. In fact, some leaders are actually predicting a hiring comeback for entry-level jobs by 2026, driven entirely by this need for AI skills. Plus, we're seeing completely new careers just pop into existence. Things like AI security researchers or data annotators, jobs you probably wouldn't have even heard of a few years back. And it's not just tech companies. Take a look at this number, 1,000. What do you think that is? That's the number of AI engineers the US government is scrambling to hire for its own projects. And that hiring spree tells you everything you need to know about a huge shift in thinking. AI talent isn't just a corporate perk anymore. It's now viewed as strategic national infrastructure. That means governments see having the top AI minds as being just as critical to the country's future as having roads and bridges. It's that serious. Hey, if you're finding this breakdown useful, make sure you subscribe for our daily global tech updates. Okay, now let's shift gears from the people on the ground to the giants battling for control of this new world. So we've seen the impact on jobs and on governments. Now, let's zoom in on the corporate battlefield. Because this is a high-stakes race, and whoever wins is going to define the technology we all live with for the next decade. And right now, we're seeing two totally different playbooks. In one corner, you have the challenger, OpenAI. They've got a staggering number of users, but they are burning through cash like you wouldn't believe, trying to fend off rivals like Google. And in the other corner, you've got a legacy giant like Meta, which is making this dramatic pivot away from the metaverse, going all in on an AI-first strategy and pumping tons of money into research and hardware. So what's the ultimate prize in this whole race? It's all about dominance. Plain and simple. The company that wins this fight gets to control the next generation of everything, from the AI assistant in your pocket to the software that powers entire industries. Okay, let's pull all these threads together. We've talked about jobs, we've talked about the corporate battle royale, but so what? Why does this race actually matter to you and me? Here's the main takeaway. These aren't just separate news stories. The shakeup in the job market and the fight between these tech giants, they're two sides of the same coin. And what's happening is a fundamental reordering of power and innovation that is going to define the next decade of tech. And all of this leaves us with the central question, doesn't it? Who's actually going to win? Will it be the fast-moving challengers that build this new world? Or will the old guard, the established giants, manage to pivot and keep their crown? Who will dominate the AI era? The race is absolutely on, and believe me, it is far from over. Make sure you join us tomorrow because we're going to dive into the actual tools that could be the ones to dethrone ChatGPT and change the game all over again. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned.